Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we roll along. This is our 18th year on the air. He at ESPN 790 in the Intercom radio family. And, of course, all you good folks out in Brownsville, Tennessee, 1520 AM and 95.3 FM. And, of course, in Jackson, too, on News Talk 101.5. Thank y'all for joining us on this January the 12th. And this is the second Saturday of the month, which means that we also have our regular Saturday, second Saturday, folks. We have got John Gordon out of the office or out of the duck blind or wherever he might be as his new position with Ducks Unlimited is part of us. Good morning, John, again.
Good morning, Larry.
All right. And, of course, Ron Wong is sitting over there anxiously awaiting with bated breath. The bated breath is what he always. That's it. He really has bated breath. That's why we're so far away from him here, I think. So, hey, we have a new addition to the TWRA family, and you know, folks out there, I've been talking TWRA for a long, long time, and they recently kind of revamped some things and brought in a person from Georgia to come up here and start a new organization part of it. This is Jenifer Wisniewski. She is the new Chief Outreach and Communications for the TWRA. Good morning, Jenifer.
Good morning, Larry. I'm so glad to be here.
Can't wait to meet you. I guess are you coming down when they meet at Ducks Unlimited? Will you be down here?
Yeah, we'll be there next week for sure.
That's right. It is next week, and we'll talk a little bit about that toward the end of the show when we get Amy Snyder in here. Mm-hmm. So talk to us, Jenifer, about why'd you want to come to Tennessee?
Oh, goodness. Who wouldn't want to come to Tennessee?
There you
it's a
go.
wonderful state.
You just got a new bonus, all right? So there you go. All right.
Well, they gave me a dream job here. I've always loved working with hunters and anglers. I grew up hunting and fishing. I'm from Alabama, and I grew up hunting and fishing there. And I got a great gig working at the Georgia Department of Natural Resources. And then, believe it or not, they offered me an even better gig where I get to concentrate on hunting and fishing and doing all things great outdoors, and I get to communicate to people about that. So tell people about opportunities that the TWRA has statewide so that people don't miss out on wonderful public opportunities that we offer them, and just basically make sure that hunters and anglers know what we've got and keep on hunting and fishing for their whole lives.
And You've got some social experience in the social media. Talk about that, because, folks, I was didn't make it to Bolivar Tuesday night. Last Tuesday night, I had a prior engagement, couldn't get away, but I went to my computer at 7 o'clock and clicked on, and there comes Benedict and Grove and all the other gang, and you had more wildlife offers around that gymnasium than I've ever seen in my life. I think the poachers were out in full. Yeah, but so talk about that side of your job, because I can see right off that you're reaching out to some possible new licensees here.
Yeah, so I mean, it's important to serve customers of every age bracket, and you know, I don't know if you've seen a teenager without a cell phone attached to him recently, but I haven't.
No.
So
no.
I want to make sure that everything that we do is serving hunters and anglers of all ages, and we just recently revamped our app. So there's a new app out there, TWRA on the go.
Yes.
So you can check your game with or without cell phone service, and that's for deer or turkey, and you can store all your licenses on the phone. You don't have to carry any paper with you, but
right.
You know, that's one of the things. And then concentrating on doing everything that we do in person in these public meetings, so anybody in the state can see it, and you don't have to drive forever, or you know, if you got something better going on with your family, then you can just click and watch it like you did. But those types of customer service enhancements are really important to me, so that people don't have to go out of their way to participate in the public process.
Well, it's so simple. You got that app. I got that app on my phone. You get so much information of us. When I did harvest a deer earlier this week, the app was there. Did all my stuff and everything like that. Got it checked in. And another thing, I noticed that you will be part of the agency magazine, which I think is one of the best in the nation.
I agree.
Talk about that. Will we see any changes in that magazine, or will it be basically this the good magazine it's always been?
Yeah, I think it's a great magazine. That publication's been around for many years, and it will be for many years to come. You know, I think that we have few opportunities to even increase our circulation. So we'll be looking to do that and keep it coming to every sportsman's license holder and every lifetime license holder, of course, going into the future.
What is R3?
R3, it is stands for Recruitment, Retention, and Reactivation.
Yeah.
So R3 is a national movement that, especially out west, we have seen these great declines in hunters and somewhat in fishing. And so the community as a whole has come together to try to figure out how we can solve this problem because, you know, all of us are funded by hunter dollars and angler dollars.
Yes.
And if we don't have those dollars coming in, then the wildlife agencies cease to be, and then we're back in the 1930s as far as wildlife populations because we won't be able to manage anything. So it's our attempt, and it's been successful so far, at bringing back hunters and anglers into the fold, so making sure that everybody's aware of all these opportunities that we're giving them, and it's doing good marketing. It's something that private businesses do every day to make sure you come back to visit them, and kind of translating that into state government and making sure that you understand that you know your dollars, every single dollar that you pay for that hunting license and fishing license, that's what funds this agency, along with every dollar that you pay for your bullets and guns and archery equipment and fishing equipment and boat fuel. All of that stuff feeds this whole industry that is hunting and fishing. And without that, you know, we don't support wildlife at any level.
Right. And I can say, you know, you've been in Georgia for 5 years. You're from Alabama. Is this what Jenifer Wisniewski wanted to be when she was growing up, where you are now?
You know, I think it actually is exactly where God put me, and exactly where I want to be. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I was little, so
okay, none of us do.
But
really.
I did always love hunting and fishing, especially fishing when I was real little. But then I got into deer hunting.
Yeah.
So you know, then I kind of got bitten by the dove hunting and deer hunting bug as I got older, and then I studied marketing at college, so I do have a background to do marketing. And so, you know, when your passion aligns with what you're educated and know how to do, I feel like that's probably a pretty good gig.
Well, when you got a marketing degree from Alabama, you don't really have to market much. I mean, you know, particularly in the one sport that we talk about, but we're not going to mention that now and everything. And we mentioned, folks, that the Board of Commissioners is coming next week, and John Gordon is sitting here right with us with the Communication Department at DU. So what time will all that be? You know, next week's schedule, Jenifer? I know that.
Yeah.
I know Lee Wilmot, our good friend, was putting together the agenda, but it is Thursday and Friday, right?
That's right. It's going to be Thursday starting at 1. We'll have the meeting starting then, and then Friday we start again at 9 a.m. for the full board meeting, or commission meeting, excuse me.
Well, I'm just so sad that you're going to lose a lot of commissioners at this last meeting, and one of them is our own Bill Cox here. And I know you probably already met Mr. Cox. He's just a little bitty fella that I know has served 2 terms as a commissioner, and he speaks highly of you and the idea that the TWRA is not just fun and games. It's fun, but at the same time, we need more people involved in it, and I know the cell phone's going to really be part of your job, though. You're going to have all that good information, but at the same time, we need recruitment, don't we?
Yes, we do. It's the whole community that recruits. We have like the Tennessee Wildlife Federation, we have Ducks Unlimited, we have all these wonderful partners that help us recruit. But the agency, once you buy a license, we know almost every piece of information about you, right? We know where you live, we know kind of who you are and what you're doing outside. So not to sound like Big Brother, but once we have all that data on you, we should be able to keep you as a customer once we get you. So I feel like it's the whole community's job to recruit, not just TWRA, but just everybody out there in the community. And then it needs to rely on the agency more to retain and reactivate folks once they're in the fold.
I know that you just couldn't wait to get to Tennessee and deal with chronic wasting disease.
Yeah, well, it's a really sad thing, and I hate that Tennessee has the disease now, but the reality is it's in just 2 counties. We've got it fairly localized, and we're doing a lot of testing right now to make sure that that's the only place that it is. And if hunters who are our partners can do all the things that are right and follow all the rules, we can hopefully contain and slow the spread of any of this into any place else in Tennessee.
Well, I think you've got a great start with folks. There's so much information. CWDintennessee.com is one of those outlets. I don't know if Jenifer came up with that, but there's so much information, and I know that you and your department have been flooded with all this information. But I look forward to seeing you next week. I won't be out there Thursday, but I'll be out there Friday. Good forward to meeting you, and thanks for joining us on the radio today, okay?
Thank you, Larry.
See you then. Thank you, Jenifer.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's take a break now, and I'm looking forward to meeting. That is next week, 1 o'clock on Thursday and 9 o'clock on Friday at the wonderful DU headquarters.
It is wonderful.
It is wonderful.
Looking forward to having everybody there.
One day I'm going to get to go behind those doors back there to see what's going on back there. I don't have my president.
They have a lot of goodies back there.
Yeah, I don't have my president.
There's a few.
I don't have my presidential pass. All right, we'll be right back.